So, I recently volunteered to do sound effects for a game called TGStation 13. It's a community-developed 2D overhead space station simulator. Specifically, I'm making sounds for the TG, or traditional game server. A few people on the forums expressed interest in seeing how I mix or put together my sounds, so I thought I'd demonstrate a few basic ideas. The sounds I've made for this demonstration is supposed to be the sound of a shotgun shell being loaded into the magazine. Now, I'm nowhere near a professional, and I'm pretty sure if a pro came across this, I'd look like a complete idiot. But this is what usually works for me. So, my theory is, every action has a sound. And for a game with some brilliant graphics like TGStation 13, it's doubly important that your sounds can accurately convey what action is taking place. Now, I didn't rehearse any of this, so I'm a little choppy, forgive me. Alright, so this is the sound for inserting a shotgun shell into the magazine. That's pretty damn good, ain't it? Listen to that again. Alright, as you can see, for a very simple, quick sound, I got quite a few layers here. And this is basically just, different layers of different actions going on. So let's start with the first action here. So I have a couple sounds here. Just some basic clicking. The idea here is basically the sound of, say, the shotgun shell getting pressed against the shotgun and that little lever thingy, I don't really know what it's called, but just the little lever thingy being compressed. So, when that action happens, we hear this. Then there's another sound after that. And that's this sound. This is supposed to be basically what I would imagine the shotgun shell being loaded into the magazine, actually sliding against the metal and stuff. And that sounds like this. Now I got a few different sounds for that one. This one, I believe, is the slide on a cock gun being, I think, slid out. Basically just the sound of the cock gun little pin thingy sliding in and out, which has this kind of nice metallic scraping sound to it. So that just sounds like this. And in this one, right here, is, I believe, the sound of a 9mm being ejected. Now these are all free sound effects that I found on the internet. Some of them come from freesfx.co.uk, and a lot of them also come from freesounds.org. Actually, I don't think I use any from freesounds.org on this one. But, well, anyway, I still use a lot of freesounds.org for my work, and they're an awesome place. Just, credit who you use. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to credit these guys. Well, I got the cock gun sound effect from them. The 9mm insertion, oh, yeah, that's right. That came from Detonation Films. Now, I got this a long time ago. I don't know where to find these sound effects on their website, but it's for free, and it's somewhere around here, and I would definitely check out Detonation Films. They mostly specialize in stock footage and stuff like that. Blood splats, squirts, explosions, especially the explosions, man. They got awesome explosions. I'll link them in the description. So, okay. So, I took just basically the sound of a 9mm being ejected. Where is it? There we go. Which is this one. And I chopped it off. We don't need all of that. All we just really need is the sound of the magazine being ejected. Right there. So, we just cut that out, and I just kept that in. And then I combined it with the cock gun sound. We get kind of a sound of like a spring maybe compressing, plus maybe some plastic or metal scraping against the magazine insides or whatever. And then we have the ending action, which is this, which is after you've pushed it in, then we have a little click, like that. This is of, I forget where I got this one, but this is this sound. It is a free sound I got from a website long, long time ago. I don't think the website can be accessed anymore. I'll have to actually look that up later. But it had a whole bunch of free sound effects that I've downloaded on it, mostly gunfire and explosions. And they're pretty widely used. You could probably find the same sound pack being given away by someone else on another website. I don't know, just do some Googling and stuff. So this is the sound of an MSG-30 bolt going out. It's just got a nice little click sound effect to that. So I combined that with this. Someone submitted this sound on the forum, and this is where I got the idea of making the whole shotgun shell being loaded in. This was their proposal for it, and I think they just found this somewhere on the internet. It's kind of weak, but it's usable though. If mixed in to with other sounds, it could actually sound pretty cool. So combine that with the bolt sound, we get that kind of a sliding click sound. And then at the bottom we have here what I call sweeteners and stuff. I don't know if that's the actual technical term. I've heard that used a lot. But this is just of a 9mm being rattled around. Kind of nice. A few little metallic sounds here and there. So, going away. It's getting away from me. So, you just combine this all, and you get this. A nice little sound of a shotgun shell being loaded in. Now, if I were if I was going to do this for real, I'd actually make multiple versions of this. At the minimum of 3, typically I like to do 5, and that's just because, or that's to help with repetition. You play the same sound over and over again, it sounds, well, like you're playing the same sound over again. But if you play very similar sounding sounds, similar, I don't know how to English, very similar sounding sounds over and over again, they're less repetitive and they sound more natural. But this is just, you know, a kind of a basic tutorial here, so I'm just going to keep this at the 1. So when you're doing sounds, basically, you need to account for what action is going on and stuff. This is actually not very realistic. Even this sound specifically is not very realistic for the sound of a shotgun shell being loaded in if you've actually loaded or used a shotgun before. It sounds almost nothing like this. But if I were to actually use the real one, it wouldn't sound right. Only people who have ever actually used a shotgun would ever really recognize that. And even then, they still might not, because it just doesn't quite connect to the game, or whatever they're doing, or whatever they're visualizing. And well, TGStation 13 doesn't exactly have very good visuals, but so you actually don't want to be realistic. Sound basically sells your effect. It sells what you're trying to do. Hell, I've seen, or I've heard people say that sound is like 50% or even 60% of your production. So, yeah, basically just when making sounds, you don't just use what you find. Use what you find to make it your own. It's a little bit of a philosophy there, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. But well, I hope you found that helpful. I know I wish I had someone else to show this shit to me when I was starting out. Well, I guess that's it. Bye.